Founded by 3 Arizona educators in 1999, over 12,000 ASRS public employees have taken advantage of ESI RetireRehire program. If you are eligible for retirement but want to keep working, ESI is the solution for you. ESI partners with your current employer so you can become an employee of ESI and immediately return to your existing position under contract. This way, you can keep working while collecting your retirement benefits without having to meet the stringent ASRS separation service requirements. It is a triple win. You collect more income, it is cost-effective for Arizona taxpayers, and our community keeps benefiting from your valuable experience. We recently interviewed 2 current RetireRehire employees and a former RetireRehire employee to learn more about their experience and help you with this important decision as you approach your retirement.
Hi, I'm Nadia Cruz with Westwood Video Production, here with Jane Dutcher-Pagel. And what made you decide to join the RetireRehire program?
It was a perfect time in my career to end my 30-year teaching career, but then to also join ESI, so I was able to access my Arizona State retirement, but then also be paid by ESI to continue to do what I love, and that's being in the classroom with the students.
Tell us about your time returning to work as a retiree.
It was seamless. The transition was very, very easy. I just had to have the same requirements that Mesa Public Schools had, so ESI made it very, very easy to begin my career with them.
What's something you wish you knew before you joined the RetireRehire program?
I think the very first year, taxes. You need to be sure that you meet with your accountant or a trusted advisor so you can figure out how much you need to keep withdrawing to cover your Arizona State retirement or your Arizona taxes and also your federal taxes.
And what's one thing you would suggest to a future retiree?
I think just to research the program and to understand there's going to be some advantages and there's going to be some disadvantages for every single person. The thing with me was I was done with my 30-year career, but I wasn't finished teaching. So it was a wonderful way for me to go back into the classroom, but also, like I said, access my Arizona State retirement and then also get paid by ESI. So I think just to research the program to make sure that it's a good fit for you.
What kind of support did you have in the RetireRehire?
ESI was wonderful with the whole RetireRehire process. They answer the phones, they answer the emails. Like I said, they make it a very seamless transition.
What surprised you most?
Insurance. The cost of insurance, that was something. If you're lucky and you have a spouse that has insurance through their own work and insurance isn't a huge thing for you, then it wouldn't be that big of a deal. But my husband and I are both teachers and we both are rehired, and so insurance costs were very shocking to me.
And would you recommend RetireRehire?
Absolutely. I think it's a great way for us at the end of our careers to finally make an income where we can sustain our families. So yes, I would definitely recommend it.
I'm Nadia Cruz with Westwood Video Production, here with Jane Dutcher-Pagel.
Hello everybody, I'm Leighton Ludi from the Westwood Video Production, and I'm here with Alfred Diaz. We're going to be interviewing him about the ESI RetireRehire program. What made you decide to join the RetireRehire program?
Just the opportunity probably to extend my career. Also, I have a daughter and son that are in college, so that gave me an opportunity to financially to afford it so that they wouldn't have to take a second job and they could, get their schooling done so that they would have to do what I did, work most of your life to get where you needed to go and have some stability. I come from a big family, so stability is a major thing for me, and that's why I decided to do it for them, so I could just better give them the opportunity to do so. So that's why I considered it, and it's it's a good deal for if you're not ready, So that's what made me decide to do it.
Tell us about your experience returning to work as a retiree, and how was the transition for you?
The transition wasn't bad. I mean, because you're here already. The only part to that is just not knowing the future. The information that's pretty much was is new. So, but yeah, I think that's all that I experienced with that.
What was the hardest part about making the decision?
Well, the hardest part would be is you just, if you had something you thought you wanted to go do, but it wasn't really hard for me, to be honest with you. It was pretty simple. I wasn't quite ready to retire yet anyway, so.
What is something you wish you knew before you joined the RetireRehire program?
Probably just the information, the flow of information. Obviously, for everybody, it's insurance for your spouse, your children, yourself. Just information for like vacation, sick leave, just general information.
What is one thing you would tell someone who's considering joining the RetireRehire program?
What would I tell them? I would probably tell them that if they're ready, if they're happy where they're at, you can stay there. But if you're at the point of age, retirement, you basically are going to give money back if you don't go after 30 years. So basically, I would just tell them to do their homework and see if it's worth staying on regular time versus, getting rehired. And if there's something they wanted to do, the opportunity would, probably be now to try something different career-wise.
What support did you receive while you were in the RetireRehire program?
The support I got was from probably my immediate supervisor and my director. Obviously, if you're pretty effective in your position, they don't they lose a lot. I've been here right over 30 years. I started at a young age. Just their support on wanting you to stay and to keep being effective in the position that you're in. So,
what was the main benefit when you joined the RetireRehire program?
What was the main benefit? Pretty easy. You didn't have to learn everything. Everything's familiar. You know your job. So that's pretty much the main benefit, not having to restart or start down the totem pole as far as your seniority and your job position.
What surprised you the most?
Just the financial stability, and you work 30 plus years, and then you retire. You get your with Mesa Schools you get your retirement, so you're receiving your retirement plus you're receiving your biweekly pay. So the financial part is the main benefit.
Would you recommend the RetireRehire program to someone who's considering it?
What I would suggest to them is just do your homework. Are you happy what you're doing? If you're not, here's an opportunity to go elsewhere. Find out what you need to get done paperwork-wise, and the main thing would be is your supervisor, area supervisor, if they would want you to come back, so that there's no surprises. But yeah, basically just do your homework and be prepared for those decisions. So.
Is there anything else you would like to share about the RetireRehire program?
Mentally be ready for it, because if you're doing the job for over 30 years and you're around people for that amount of time, so there's relationships, and you have to, for me, it would be that I'd ask myself, was I totally effective? Did I get what I wanted to get done in my position? So if I left, I felt, that I had accomplished everything I could do. But yeah, just ask yourself if you're ready, and if you're not, stay until mentally and financially you're ready.
You were recently re-employed by the school district. What was that like?
That was great. I'm back to a regular status, so you receive some of those old benefits. Some things have changed financially, as far as what they do, like withheld for different like Social Security, retirement, and state taxes. But it's pretty straightforward.
Well, I'm Leighton Ludy of Westwood Video Production. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Alfred Diaz.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Thanks for
Thank you.
watching.
Hello, I'm Dylan Lucero with Westwood Video Production, here for the ESI commercial. I'm here with Mr. Buck, so you should tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, okay. So yeah, Mr. Buck, I teach history here at Westwood High School, and I spent a long time, most of my career here, 33 years, and it was just time to retire, but not really. So I had to look into ESI.
So what made you want to join ESI?
Well, they provide an opportunity for you to keep on working if you want to. So I've had a long career, but I didn't feel like it was over yet. So I could retire, but then keep on working. Retire, rehire. So that was a good opportunity for me.
Tell us about your experience since getting rehired.
Oh, okay. Well, ESI's made it really easy with the onboarding. Everybody I've talked to over there has been very helpful. You just give them a call, they answer your questions, then they had some short videos to help you figure out all the new ins and outs of the company. But for the most part, my job has remained pretty much the same as it was before.
So what has been the hardest part?
You really got to do your homework when you're retiring, because there's a lot of things to consider. So when you watch the Arizona State Retirement System videos, they kind of tell you what to expect. So I made a lot of lists, I asked a lot of questions, and probably the biggest thing was figuring out health insurance. So when you work for the school district, you have health insurance, it's all figured out year to year, you don't have to worry about it. But that's not the case. When you retire, you lose that. So we had to do my wife and I do a lot of homework, ask a lot of questions to finally find the program company that fit for us. So we're good to go for the next year after a lot of homework, and so, yeah.
What is something you wish you knew before?
I was pretty concerned about not missing anything, so I made my lists, I asked my questions for months and months on end. I never let it up until I had the answers. So I really think I wasn't surprised by anything when it came time.
What support did you receive when you first joined?
Just all the questions I had, they had answers for them. It was a phone call away, email away, no problems with ESI. They're very friendly, very helpful. So, yeah, they're doing a good job.
What was the main benefit that you received?
Well, to be honest, money. When you retire, you collect your pension, and then you collect payment for continuing to work. So it's really about figuring out when to retire. We had to talk to our financial advisor to figure out what year that would be for me. So I would say do the math. And I waited for several years to make sure that I was doing it at the right time. If you went too early, you'd be losing out on money. Or if you wait too long, you're losing out on money. So there's like a sweet spot, a Goldilocks, where it's just the right time to retire, to where you're making the maximum amount from the state retirement system, and then also getting paid from being rehired. And that's a mathematical equation, and there's people smarter than me that figured it out.
So what would you say surprised you the most?
Just how smoothly everything went. Once I had all my questions answered and I checked all my list, it went really smoothly. The state retirement system was really helpful. ESI people were really helpful. I've had friends who are ahead of me on this process, on this journey, so they answer my questions too. So I would just say ask lots of questions and you won't be surprised.
Would you recommend the RetireRehire program?
Absolutely. If you're not ready to go be a Walmart greeter or play golf every day, if you like what you're doing, and I love what I'm doing, keep going. But the first thing you have to do is ask your principal, do you want me back? And he said, yes, I'll take you back. And that was my first clue that I could keep doing what I was doing. But you could go to another school. I had a friend, Mr. Ide. He went to Red Mountain, just had a better opportunity over there. So it's flexible.
Is there anything else you would like to share about your experience?
If you are afraid of change, just remember that they are paying you to change. So don't be afraid.
Well, thank you for joining us. And thanks to you guys for listening to Mr. Buck's story, and hopefully you can come to a decision.
Yeah, my pleasure. Don't be afraid. Ask me questions if you have them. I'll answer them too.